If you didn't understand by now, it takes willing participants for corruption to transpire. What is the requisite for stripping a titleist? When it comes down to the WBC, they make the rules up as they go down the road. And what we've seen here is another reason, an example as to why Turki Al-Sheikh and what he's been doing for boxing over the past 3 years has come to fruition. You see, Suleiman is one of the most corrupt individuals that I've seen partake in the sport of boxing, but he's not alone. He has to have willing constituents. And in this case, he has managed to taint David Benavidez, world-class fighter who has done nothing but try to fight the best fighters in the ring. But Suleiman has played a dangerous game of keep away when it came down to the prize of being awarded something for your accomplishments in championship boxing. The cash cow that we would consider under the name of Canelo Alvarez being the target, because Benavidez, as a champion at 168 pounds, sought to face Canelo, who gamefully acquired undisputed status while Benavidez had titles removed from him and fought countless elimination bouts where Suleiman made certain to keep Alvarez away. Alvarez has been able to select opponents at his will and has even stated that he can fight whomever he wants. And that's fine. Yes, you can, but not with titles unless someone is favoring you. And in this instance, what we've seen is Suleiman try to put his biases against Dimitri Bivol. Bivol, who is currently the undisputed light heavyweight champion, is now only a unified champion because Suleiman has chosen to take the title away from Bivol due to trying to appease somewhat a David Benavidez. But Benavidez, who just moved up to the light heavyweight division last year, 2024, would not be able to fight for the title even if Suleiman hadn't stripped Bivol until later in the year anyway. But such is the case. But Canelo still escapes this. Canelo is the villain, and Suleiman is his accomplice, his man in the chair, so to speak. And we've seen this transpire for so many years that it is just disgusting and unethical, where you have a litany of fighters who are lined up, and some will never get a title shot due to these type of games at play. I don't like the fact that Benavidez is so willing to accept an awarded title where he didn't earn it in the ring. You see, he didn't do it at 168. He wanted to fight Canelo, and they kept Canelo away from him, and so he moved on up to the higher weight division. Just because he's familiar with Bivol, they've worked together in the gym. Bivol is the champion, and if he wants to fight a third fight of a trilogy with the likes of Artur Beterbiev, he should be allowed to do that. He's earned that status, just as Benavidez had earned his status when he was at 168, but lost the title on the scales. You see, when someone has the favor of the sanctioning body of the WBC, they will create ways for you to retain your position at the expense of anyone else in the sport that has worked hard and diligent to become the best that they could be. This is the part of the problem where Turki al-Sheikh comes into the picture, and by putting on the bouts where the best fight the best, it gives hope that the sport can change and turn around. You see, with his plan and what he's proposing, to have almost like a farm system of fighters and to have the money available to make the fights happen, he's already consolidated primarily most of the promotional companies under one roof, where they will have no choice but to look to one another to make the best of the fights, but they no longer have the excuse that the money's not there or even the interest is not there, and why he is also telling the fighters now to not look so much toward the sanctioning body's title belts, but look toward the ring championship, because that's going to establish you as who's the best in the world. Now, I know this seems like a lot at the beginning, but it'll take time for things to iron itself out. But you still should be willing to look ahead to something refreshing, because the squeeze that is being put down on the fighters is ridiculous. We just saw Diego Pacheco pull out of a purse bid where he was going to possibly face Christian and Billy, two young super middleweights that should be facing one another, and possible heir to replace Canelo Alvarez. But see, it's that type of thing, manipulating. And Billy has been #1 contender and fighting eliminating bouts for the past couple of years, just like Benavidez had done years before, as well as David Morrell. So when you see the sanctioning bodies doing what they're doing, you could just smell the filth. But it's sad to see that Benavidez could not wait. So he now becomes an email champion. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your displeasure about these events. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.